I know, and I may not have seen him in his best light, is that he's someone who lies, cheats, and thinks money can get him whatever he wants.
Could be any one of my friends, really. Does he have a name? It's called Michael.
Michael T. Farrell III, if you please, an American.
He's ever so good looking.
Yes. Yes, he is, isn't he?
You know him, then?
He's my husband.
You're looking good.
What do you want, Michael?
So, this is where you work, huh? I met your boss this morning, Mr. Brittas. Quite a guy.
Well, he's just described you as a liar, a cheat, and someone who thinks money can get him whatever he wants. I think that's pretty good after 2 hours. It took me a year and a half.
Well, why does it always have to be like this?
I don't know, but it always is.
Well, happy birthday anyway.
This is for me.
Yeah.
You remember my birthday.
There are a lot of things I remember, Laura. Cruising through the Norwegian fjords, skiing in Aspen, doing it in the back row of the Opera House in Sydney. You remember the good times, do you, Laura?
Yes. And I remember when you started having them with someone else.
You're still on about that, are you? That didn't mean anything, Laura. And anyway, you knew what I was like before we got married.
I foolishly thought you'd change. The fact that you promised in a cathedral in front of 2,000 people had something to do with it.
So, I'm only human.
Michael, what do you want?
I want us to get back together again. Okay, cards on the table here. There's been a bit of talk at home recently about Michael T. Farrell IV.
What about him?
Well, the fact that you haven't produced him yet. My dad keeps asking these questions like, how's it going? And are there any problems?
Are there any problems? We've been separated for 2.5 years.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know that.
How can you not know? You haven't told him.
I didn't want to upset him. And anyway, he likes getting the cards.
What cards?
The ones I send for you from wherever we've been. Laura, you know what he's like. Chicago Irish Catholic. He'd go through the roof.
You haven't told him.
Laura, I'm between a rock and a hard place here. Now, if I get a divorce, I get wiped out of the will. If we don't have a child, I get wiped out of the will. You see what I'm saying?
I think so. You're here because you want me to have your child.
Is that such a bad idea? I mean, it's what you always said you wanted.
Yes, I suppose it was.
You don't even have to live with me if you don't want. I mean, you can have your own place. You can see whoever you want. Everything you need. And you get to have a baby.
All my dreams come true, eh?
Oh, we're not talking a few million here. We're talking big money. The Farrell Corporation, the largest shoe retail chain in the U.S., a square half-mile of East Chicago, an aviation industry. Come on. What do you say?
I love the flowers. Thank you.
Ah, Laura. Mr. Brittas. I was hoping to catch you. If you had a moment, I'd like to apologise.
Could it be some other time?
I had no idea he was your husband.
No.
I just thought he was some rich lout off the street causing trouble.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I hope you know that the last thing I'd ever want to do is upset or cause any embarrassment to a member of my staff. Particularly one I'd always hoped I could call a friend.
Do you know what really annoys me about you, Mr. Brittas?
What?
Do you know what really drives me up the wall almost every time you open your mouth?
Laura, I said
It's the waste. I mean, here you are, you want to help, you have a dream, you actually have a vision of how things ought to be, you care, you get all the difficult things right.
Laura,
and then when it comes to the really simple bits, you blow it. Every time you blow it. I mean, there are people out there, and if they had half of your decency and a quarter of your desire to do just the right thing, it makes me so angry. I get... Oh.
Gordon, how did it go?
What?
At the shop. Are they going to prosecute?
Oh, that.
Gordon, you did talk to them, did you?
Yeah, it's all taken care of, all under control, my darling.
Oh, Gordon, thank you. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you.
Helen, have you ever thought that Laura might perhaps be in love with me?
Laura?
Yes, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. The older, more experienced man, the young assistant who...
No, Gordon.
Sure.
Gordon, my mind's gone on a lot of things, but I promise you Laura's not in love with you. In fact, she's often told me how very annoying she finds you.
Right.
Gordon, could we go home now, please?
Yes, of course, my darling. And we'll stop off in the department store on the way, yeah?
I thought you said you sorted all that out.
I have. I explained to the manager that you were my wife and he was very understanding.
So why do we have to go there?
Well, you want to apologise, my darling. They kept saying it was unnecessary, but I thought it would be nice.
Oh, Gordon, I can't.
Yes, you can. It's only the manager and about 15 of the staff. Come on, my darling, you can do it.